Hi, I'm Fred and we've put together an amazing series called Functional Fitness. Now, if there's one thing that holds true as a personal trainer for over 4 decades, is we really want to be moving each and every day to prevent injuries, get a better sense of balance, and just better well-being. So come join me on this series. Hi, my name's Fred and welcome to Fit at 60. In this series of exercises, we're going to do what we call functional fitness. Now, what is functional fitness? Functional fitness is all about moving you from maintenance to progression. But a word of caution, please be sure that you get the doctor's okay. During these movement patterns, if for any reason you feel uncomfortable, be sure to stop. So what do you need for this series of exercises? A ball, a towel, a chair, and a wall. So come join me. No matter what your fitness level is, I'm sure you're going to be laughing with health each and every day. And I really look forward to welcoming you to functional fitness. Now, in this movement is a semicircle position. And what we want to do is, with our chin, we want to keep it as close as we can to the chest and draw a semicircle all the way through. Be sure to keep our shoulders down. And we want to do around 10 of these. Now, the neck's not designed to fully rotate, so drawing a semicircle will give you a really great stretch across the top of your neck. So we'll do 10, we'll do 5 more. 1, maintaining a neutral spine in a straight position, nice and relaxed through the shoulders. And then from here, what we then want to do is do a shrug. Now, when we do a shrug, your arms are straight and all you're moving is your shoulders. So we're going to go in a reverse circle position and really up high, as close as we can to our ears, and then back low. So we want to do 10 back, maintaining good posture, good sense of balance. And as you keep doing it, you'll notice that you'll come up higher. So really getting that stretch. And then we'll do a forward motion. Again, nice rounded movements. You want to relax every part of your muscle, so all that's working is the shoulders. And you'll feel a really nice stretch across the shoulders. Be sure not to tense your neck up. And then shaking it off. And from here, what we're going to do is put our hands in front of us, pointing our fingers stretched as far forward as we can, and then just opening up our shoulder blades at the back. And then back to a forward position. We'll do 10 of those. When you're opening up your arms, be sure to keep that height at the same, around eye width. So from here, all the way up, and then back down. We'll do 5 more. Now, if you feel like you want to advance this movement, just pretend that I'm pushing against your fingers and really creating tension, and create your own tension. And you'll feel it right at the back of your shoulder blades. So it's nice and strong. Maintain a straight neutral spine. So that's not going crossways, it's standing up nice and tall. Be soft at your knees. Again, stretching all the way forward and really opening up. And then create some resistance as we come in. By doing that, we'll also feel it on our chest. So stretching as far back as you can in a safe manner. Again, if there's any discomfort at all, be sure to stop. And what I mean by discomfort is if there's any sharp or shooting pains. And then from here, just pretend you've got invisible air and you're pushing it all the way in. And squeezing and stretching all the way forward. And you'll feel that really working the back of your shoulder blades. We'll do 2 more. So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Nice and fluid movements. And then all the way back pretending that you're resisting against air. Okay, and then shake it off. So the next movement is we're gonna work on the arm muscles. And here we're gonna stretch the tricep. Now the tricep makes 3/4 of your arm. So in this case, we wanna put your hand all the way up, bending it down, grabbing the elbow, and then pulling it down across to your body. Now, if for whatever reason that you can't extend your arm up or it feels a little bit uncomfortable, just go out a little bit rather than in as close to your ear. Just pull across. As you're pulling across, create resistance up the top of your elbow and stretch that for around 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it off, and then on the opposite arm. So again, when doing this exercise, if it feels uncomfortable, be sure to stop. So here, grab your arm up, pulling the elbow as close as you can to your body while creating a little bit of resistance. Then the next exercise is an actual bicep stretch. Now with this movement, it's really important that you keep your arms up, extended, and turning your thumbs in. And as you rotate your thumbs, you'll feel a stretch through this part of your arm, known as your bicep. Now it's really important to maintain good height and flick your biceps back and your thumbs back and hold for about 10 seconds. And then from here, we're gonna do the lower part of the arm and we're gonna do a nice forearm stretch. So putting one arm in front, having all your fingers displayed here, and then pulling your fingers back, and you'll feel a stretch, this part of your arm known as your forearm. So be sure to keep your arm nice and straight when doing this movement. And while we're on this side of the arm, we're gonna do now a flex motion where we're gonna pull through here in a nice, comfortable and controlled manner. And we'll feel it now on top of our arm. And just pulling back nice and gently. As you keep progressing, you'll find that your stretch will become more flexible here. And then switching across. So again, having your arm displayed out, fingers nice and wide, grabbing the top of your fingers and just pulling through, creating a little bit of resistance while you're there. And hold that for around 5 to 10 seconds. And then from here, we're just gonna keep our fingers down, put our hand just above our other arm, just underneath our wrist, and pulling back. It's really important to maintain a nice straight arm. Now for the wall stretches, I find it best to remove your footwear. So removing your shoes and your socks and really work against the wall as well. So now we're gonna move over to what we call wall stretches. So from here, what I want you to do is quite simply put your forearm over to the wall, standing back about a foot. And then with your fingers, I want you to rotate crossways and then leaning forward, looking straight ahead, just stepping back a little bit, and then bringing your fingers and upper arm straight up. And now doing it with the other arm. So from here, elbow nice and straight, moving the upper part of the arm, leaning forward. If you find that that is quite easy, just step back a little bit, put all your weight forward, and then straight up. Now from here, I want you to put both hands on the wall, about eye level, lean back, and just stretch your body forward, dropping your torso, your head down. You feel a nice stretch just underneath your armpits, which is your back muscles, and then coming up. So around about 10 seconds. From here, what I want you to do is put your left foot forward, right hand up, leaning against the wall with your left hand straight forward, just creating a semicircle from here, and then fingers all the way up, just following your fingertips all the way down, and then stretching all the way up. Around about 10 of those, and making sure you keep your chest as close as you can to the wall. Just do the movement slowly and controlled, following that arm. From here, I just want you to shake it off. And now we're going to stretch the chest muscle, and we're going to put one foot forward, in this case our right foot, putting our right arm right across and stretching out. Now from here, I want you to just put both hands again on the wall, and in this case, put your foot on the wall, just up into your toes, and then stretching your back leg, making sure it's straight and just leaning forward, and you'll feel a nice stretch through the calf, which is the lower part of your leg. Making sure the back part of your leg is nice and straight. And then swap sides. When stretching, you want to hold for no more than 10 to 15 seconds. Now, all I want you to do now with your foot is flex your toes down onto the ground and just stretching forward for 10 seconds. And then switch legs for another 10 seconds. Now in this movement, we're going to stretch the hip flexors and the thoracic part of our spine. And all I want you to do is obviously find yourself a chair, sit comfortably in the chair, which means not to slouch forward, sitting nice and upright. What I would then want you to do is grab your foot, put it on top of your knee, maintaining a nice open posture. With one hand, push down on that inner part of that knee. Now you'll feel a really nice stretch through your hip flexors. And we're gonna hold that for 10, securely with the other arm and hand grabbing your foot. Pushing down. As you push down, you can lean back a little bit more. And again, you'll really feel a nice stretch through your hip flexors. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, if you find that that exercise is a little bit difficult, it's okay to just cross your legs and just do the movement a little bit closer in. So even if you can just cross your legs as such and just push through like that. Just make sure you grab the other foot and you're creating that resistance. So we'll go over to the other leg, and you'll find that maybe one hip is more subtle than the other hip. So from here, maintain a nice open posture, nice neutral spine, nice and high, shoulders back, putting one hand on the inside of the knee, pushing down gently while holding the other foot and just keeping it secure. Now, like I've said in the past, and I'll say this again, if for any reason that it does feel uncomfortable, be sure to stop. And what I mean by uncomfortable is if there's any sharp or shooting pain. And then what we're going to do from here is we're going to cross our legs. Now, you can do this movement lying or seated. I prefer it seated because you have more control and you allow the chair to work for you. So as you cross your legs, you put your hand on the inside of your knee and just turn over to one side. Grabbing your other hand inside the chair. And you feel a nice stretch through your upper part of your lumbar spine and also your glute muscle as well. And just hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll go across to the other side now. If for any reason you feel like you're shaking, then just relax, take a deep breath, and just reset yourself. So grabbing the knee, the other hand grabs the chair, and just looking all the way across, and really pulling that knee in. So now that we've gone through a series of different warm-ups, what I'd like you to do now is really get to understand the progression part of this series of training. So find yourself a nice thick towel where you can put securely underneath your knees. Now the first exercise we're going to do is you're going to put one foot in front of you. You're going to put your left hand, which is the same foot that's raised, right on the heels. You're going to grab the other hand and you're just going to open up accordingly, looking at your fingers and following it all the way down. Now the majority of people when they do this exercise tend to go off that way or further back. It's really, really important that you keep a nice straight line and you open up your chest. This is a great movement for your thoracic spine, which is the middle part of your spine. So again, put your fingers down close to your heel. Other hand touches your fingers and drawing a straight line, following it all the way up and then all the way back down. Now when doing this movement, if you feel that you're quite comfortable doing it, create a little bit of resistance there through your arm. Just remember about that invisible energy I was telling you about and forcing it all the way down. And we're going to do around 10 on each side because the more you'll do this, the better you'll become. Don't lean too far forward, keep your shoulder nice and back, your arms nice and lengthened, and then just creating this straight line as straight as you possibly can, which means not to put your arm further back, just straight forward, looking at your fingers all the way down. It looks easy, but it's very hard. All the way up, rotating, all the way back down. So we really want to rotate that thoracic spine I was telling you about. So do 10 on that side. Once you've done 10, go across, repeat on the other side, and you'll find that one of your sides may be a bit more challenging than the other. So again, just to go over this, your arms nice and straight inside your knee, fingers touching the ground, the other hand connects with your fingers, and then with a straight line looking up, and then looking down, all the way down. Now this is really important for balance, and you'll get better at it as you do it. Don't be too stressed out. If you lose your balance, just recompose yourself. And as I've said before, if for whatever reason it feels uncomfortable, be sure to stop. So we'll do 10 on this side, following it all the way up, reaching as far as you can up towards the ceiling, following your fingers all the way down. Then from here, what I want you to do is what we call a cat curl. So placing both hands in front of you, around about 8 to 10 inches. And then from here, I want you to lift up your belly button and then just drop your tailbone down. So curl all the way up, imagining your belly button is attached to your spine, and then dropping your tailbone down. So curling all the way up and then dropping down. Do 10 of those. Okay, the next movement is one of my favorite, and I call this the bird dog. Now with this movement, this is a really great balancer. What you need to do from here is, with this elbow, joins the knee, then extends straight forward. Just like a bird, and then inside, elbow touching the knee, and then extending. Now it's really important when doing this movement is you do it nice and slow. The elbow joins the knee if possible, and then extends out. You don't need to lift your neck when doing this movement, just extend out. And what you'll find with this movement is you'll find that you'll favor one hip, and you'll find that you'll move your body across to one side. So just be aware of that. And the way to improve that is keep your legs a little bit wider. And we'll do the other side. Again, curling in, then extending out. Now the whole idea of this movement is you want your fingers and your foot around about the same height. So you don't want to be too high with the back leg or too low. So stretching and creating this nice line all the way down and all the way up. So curling in and then stretching up. So it's really important during this movement is you maintain really good posture and you compose yourself, slow yourself down because you will be challenged with your balance. Now the next movement is what I call a renegade row. And this movement requires you to actually come off your knees. So if you're a little bit more advanced, coming off your knees. If not, stay on your knees. And then from here, just want you to touch your stomach and then all the way down, touch your stomach. For those that are not as advanced, just do it with your knees down, pulling through. If you find this movement even off your knees easy, well, the challenge is to touch your shoulder and go across, and then back on the other side. Now, when doing this movement, be sure to strengthen your knees and straighten them as much as you can, and keep the movement nice and controlled. Touching, back down, touching. Again, if you're not comfortable with this movement and you feel like you want to advance to it, have one knee on the ground and the other knee up, and just doing that movement. And then gradually build up on that. So I hope you enjoyed that renegade row. Even I'm sweating, so it's really, really great movement because it challenges you and it really gets to work with your body as well, and moving your body through different patterns is also fantastic. So now we're going to go for a nice cobra stretch. So from here, I want you to go all the way down onto your tummy. And then getting up into a push-up position. Now the advantage with this one is it really stretches your torso, which is the front part of your body, and then coming back down. Now for the more advanced, the other movement you can do to include in this is turn and look at your foot and then come back down. So coming up, turning over to one side, looking at your foot, and then coming straight down. Straight up, and we're going to alternate, looking across at your foot and back down. And just be sure to really gauge your body's feedback when doing this exercise. So from here, we're going to be into a kneeling position. We're going to stretch forward as much as we can. And with the heels of our palms, we're going to push all the way down to the ground and trying to sit back onto our feet. And then coming up. And then just repeating that position again. And you'll feel a nice stretch sensation through your lat muscle. So again, stretching as far as you can forward, sitting down and pushing. Now to create a more of a challenging movement here, what I want you to do is scoot one hand underneath as far as you can and just sitting down again. And then coming up, then scooting the other hand underneath. And pushing as far down as you can and come up. Now shake it off. So the next movement requires a ball. So find yourself a nice tennis ball or a round ball just like this one, and it's going to be your great partner here. So what I want you to do is lie face down on the towel. What we're going to do is keep your head down as far as you can, then just going across and passing the ball over. So in this movement, we don't actually want you to drop your chin all the way down. Having the towel on your chest is a great height thing as well. So from here, passing it over and then back down. So just meeting the ball up the top and then back down. Doing around 10 of these. And then slowly coming up. Now, while we've got the ball, it's really great tool for really stretching the muscles as well and providing a bit of elasticity through the muscles. So what I want you to do is place the ball inside the towel. So it's nice and firm there. And then find yourself a spot where you can actually sit on the ball with your hip, just rolling across. Just sitting on that ball and placing your weight on the ball. You'll feel that nice feeling of pressure relief. And just holding there for around 30 seconds. Not moving too much, just moving nice and gently. And then hopping over to the other side. So again, finding that ball and just sitting on that, on the side of your hip, just underneath, and just swaying forward and back. All right, now this final exercise has to be one of my favorites. Why? Because it's the foundation of really what we're discussing here and showing you these different movement patterns. And it's called the Get Up. Now this exercise is great for mobility, strength, and also prevents injuries. Now just a word of warning, and as we've said in the past during the series of these exercises, be sure to really control the movement. Now what I'm going to do with this is I'm actually going to take my shoes and socks off. And the reason being is because I really want a sense of connection with the floor, because our feet have what we call sensory pads. So it's really important to just understand that connection. Now with this movement, it's kind of advanced. So I really want you to really take your time and just go through different stages of this movement. Be sure to maintain really good form and slow the movement down. There's no hurry here whatsoever. So what we're going to do is firstly lie on our back, and then one leg's going to be straight down, and then in this case our left leg is bent. Now when doing this movement, you'll find that your foot may lift up. So please avoid this at all costs, because once we lift up our foot, we lose what we call momentum. So as a beginner, I would suggest firstly, we're going to use our shoe as a guide. So we're going to keep a straight arm. And all I want you to do is just get up onto your elbow, nice and straight, and then back down slowly. So I want you to control that movement and take it in a few different parts. So again, make sure your heel's nice and solid to the ground. You're not lifting your foot up. And just lean over across to your elbow, then straight up. So that would be a really great beginner way to do this. Now for more of an intermediate pattern, from here, I want you to now onto your elbow, then up onto your hand, and then slowly coming down, feeling that spine slowly make contact with the floor. Now we'll go through another stage of this. So from here, rolling across up to your hand. From here, I want you to lift your hip up and then back down. So just simply lifting your hip up, going back to your elbow. Try not to move this arm like a kite. You want to keep it nice and straight. So we do what we call pack your back, which is your lat muscles, and then slowly coming down. And then from here, we'll just take it into another stage. So onto your elbow, back up onto your hand, hips up. Then with the right foot, we're going to sneak it under, behind ourselves, just coming up like this. And then we're going to come back down. Now when we come back down, I want you to tap your leg, so you're following that knee. Then scooping your foot across onto your elbow, back down onto your spine. So we'll go through this pattern again. Again, your heel's nice and flat. Both heels are flat on the floor. You're not moving too much. Doing the movement slowly, up onto your hand, hips up, nice and straight, looking at the shoe, scooping under. Now from here, just want you to stand straight, moving this leg across and standing up nice and tall, looking straight forward. Then as you come down, very slowly lunge this right leg back. If you're not sure, just tap it. Coming down, you're going to swing the left leg across. Then you're going to tap that knee following the hand, scooping under, then slowly coming down. And then bending down, coming across. Now this movement takes time and practice, but it's a great movement. And if you practice this at least a couple of times a week, you'll find that it'll really prevent injury and it'll really work hard. Like I'm sweating myself now, so it really works. It's called the Get Up. Do it slowly, take your time, and it will reward you tenfold. So I really hope you've enjoyed the series of what we call functional fitness, where we show you how to move you from maintenance to progression. Now, if there's one thing I know that holds true as a personal trainer for over 4 decades, is you really want to be seeking progress, not perfection. So remember, laugh with health each and every day.